Namaste, my name is Aarti Sampath and today we are making Malpe shrimp with upma. The first time I tried shrimp and grits was in New Orleans, and then I started thinking, wow, very similar ingredients that we use. We love using semolina to make sort of a porridge, a savory porridge, and we love shrimp. We love to cook shrimp in butter, black pepper and some spices. So I thought, why not bring them together and sort of create our own version of shrimp and grits. So here you have it. We picked some shrimp earlier this morning and it's so bright and fresh. You can see that those eyes are like really bright, extremely fresh shrimp. So I also wanted to use the heads to make a very flavorsome stock. We're going to use some lemongrass. Lemongrass is very typical to South Indian cooking. We're also going to use some ginger, some black pepper. So the best way to clean shrimp is to pull off the head pretty gently, and you see all that that goo inside, right? So that's the shrimp head juices that'll actually add that delicious flavor. And then very simply, you just pull off the skin. We're using all of that in the stock. And I want to leave the tails on. So I open up as much of the shell as close to the tail. There. You see how translucent and fresh that shrimp looks? Oh my God, it's going to be super tender and sweet. So the best way to devein is to slit right behind the vein, like this clear, clean line, and you'll see the vein right in here. You can just pull that out. Not too bad, is it? So we don't want the vein, so we're not using that. There you go. All our vein is out. And that's one clean, neat shrimp. I got my shrimp heads as well as some of the peel of the shrimp as well that I'm going to saute with really no oil. We just want to roast it slightly to get the flavor. And then I have some lemongrass that I chopped up. This lemongrass also has like the green skin. We're getting all that flavor. And then I have 1/4 of a diced onion. I have some pieces of ginger, and the ginger still has its skin on. We're going to strain the stock anyway, so it doesn't matter. Then I have some cloves of garlic that I'm also adding in at this point. We just bump up the heat a little bit. And you can see how the shrimp heads are already turning color. And it's smelling absolutely divine already. Pure shrimp flavor. So while I'm sauteing them, I'm also just going to squish the shrimp heads to get all that shrimp tamale out into the stock. Well, our shrimp heads have turned a nice orange color. At this point, I'm adding some curry leaves for flavor, a good handful. And then I'm pouring in my water. Putting the lid on my shrimp, we're just going to allow our shrimp stock to gently simmer. We'll just put our lid on, and this should take about 20 minutes to extract all that flavor. The shrimp stock has been simmering for roughly 15 minutes. Just going to give it a little check. Tastes very shrimpy, very lemony with the lemongrass, ginger. I think it's ready. So we'll just allow it to simmer for another 5 minutes and then we're good to go. We're about to get started on our upma. So for that, we get a pan, heat up a pan and do a little splash of sunflower oil. And then I have some mustard seeds that I like to add. I'm adding a touch of adding some red onions. Adding some red onions. Adding a little ginger. At this point, I'm adding a little bit of salt. And we're only looking to sweat the onions and the ginger together. Wow, that looks yummy already. And then at this point, once the onions have sweated, I'm adding my semolina. This is coarser semolina that you'll find at an Indian grocery store for sure. So we just want to toast the semolina as well. Toasting semolina allows it to not get too clumpy and sticky. So you can see it's turning color, it's getting a little golden. You can see that the semolina has turned a beautiful golden color. I also changed my spoon for a whisk because that's what we need. We're going to whisk in. We're going to whisk in the stock. I'm adding some curry leaves that I chopped up. And then it's time for the stock. Once your liquid is in, the upma really cooks very quickly. It's almost like instant grits. So we'll just keep stirring it constantly so we don't get any lumps. I'm adding a good chunk of butter in the upma. I will stir that in as well. Oh my god, that upma looks so creamy. And I can't wait to taste it because this is my first time as well trying upma with shrimp stock. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm going to give it a quick taste. Oh. If you're a shrimp lover, this is absolutely heaven. I'm not even missing the shrimp bits because that rich shrimp stock has created so much flavor. It's made that boring upma into something amazing. Wow, that is really good. All right, we'll keep this aside and we'll work on our shrimp itself. All right, it's time to make the shrimp itself, to saute the shrimp. And I'm using a good chunk of butter. And to prevent the butter from burning, I'm adding a splash of oil. This is going to be really quick and simple. I have the shrimp that we deveined earlier. I'm just going to place into the butter. And you want to make sure that the temperature it's super hot, because we don't want to overcook the shrimp itself. Right, to season our shrimp, I have some salt on top and black pepper. You can see that shrimp is just curling up. And then fresh green chilies right here. I'm also adding my garlic. I'm adding the garlic later so it doesn't get burnt. Doing a quick flip, and then I'm going to deglaze it with a little bit of whiskey. Oh, that smells so good. Our shrimp are almost ready, so I'm just going to quickly do a little splash of the stock, which will act as the sauce. Making a quick slurry with a little bit of cornstarch and the stock itself. Just mix it about and pour it over the sauce to thicken. And you can see that sauce is just adhering to the shrimp. I finished the sauce with some fresh chopped cilantro. All right, time to give it a taste. Wow, I actually ate that tail by mistake, but it's not really that bad. Shrimp is so sweet because it's like from the Arabian Sea. It's very perfect. It's perfectly cooked. It tastes so delicious. The sauce, the butter, the pepper, the green chili, and also that hint of whiskey, and of course the crux of the dish, which is the broth, is really bringing it together. All right, it's time for us to plate now. We're gonna plate them together so we have our creamy, super creamy upma right at the bottom of the plate. And then we'll make a little well in the center for a shrimp to sit in beautifully. And then we'll get some of that sauce to drizzle right on top. Oh God, that looks so yummy. I'm so pleased with this dish. I want to try them together and let's see if it works. Come on, that's marriage made in heaven. It's so perfect. The creaminess of that upma at the bottom and that robust flavor of the shrimp and the ginger, the garlic, that lemongrass even, they all come through. There's so much flavor that's packed in this dish. I really hope that you will try it as well, and maybe you can put your spin on it and share it with me. Please write in the comments below what you thought about the dish, and please like and subscribe to Chef Aarti Sampath. And I'll see you soon with another exciting recipe. Thank you.